punch it, Chewie.
Satan's kiss, Medea shining, poison lips, the devil riding. Satan's kiss, Medea shining, poison lips, the devil riding. Satan's kiss, the devil riding, in a tight red dress, bring you to bliss. Blood on your face, a little lipstick, inhale deep, her perfume has a kick. Got a rock in the hips, cracking the whip, arrows dipped in the darkest of venoms. Hail Satan, you'll have a trip. Don't hit too much, just an itsy bit. Satan's kiss, Medea shining, poison lips, the devil riding. Satan's kiss, Medea shining, poison lips, the devil riding.
Welcome back to Lady Babylon. Oh, God. We are initiating the apocalypse. Oh, it's so yummy. Listen, people, let's just drop the pants and go for it. What I've got for you tonight is going to whack your world. Oh, God. Can you feel them all around you? They all belong to the company. You know what I mean? Oh, my God. Tonight, the history is going to shine. Just this is in your face tonight, man. This is in your face, sweetheart. Right? This is in your face, Grandma. Do you understand? Oh, God, this goes out to everyone. Hail Satan to all you in the congregation. It's good to see you. It's good to be back. It's nice to be with you at a time when I am releasing what is undoubtedly the most powerful of the historical chrono devices that I have planted. Oh my God. Do you know what this is for? This is to take that false history and to bring it down. Oh God, and this is the dynamite at the base of that structure, that false history that you and I have been waiting in all of our lives. Oh God, it's all over us. Oh, and you think it's history, and it's not. It turns out you're in a cage, and this is being fed to you. Lady Reason is here to let us out tonight, people. Don't worry. Lady Reason is here. Now, I'm going to start tonight by just taking you to that place. Beforehand, we're just going to go already there. I'm going to take you all the way. We're going to zoom ahead to climax. Yes, here we go. Here we go, people. Are you ready? What are we going to look at tonight? We are going to look at a document. A document that's sitting within the light of this name. Go ahead and give it to me. Chewie, I want to give it to him right off the bat. Do you understand who we are working with tonight? Oh, this is lovely. You say, wait a minute. I thought you were going to show us. I thought you were going to show us something explosive and critical. Yes. And here is her name. Here is her name. I want you to remember this. Right? Promethike. Right? Promethike. Oh, God. Beautiful. Beautiful. You thought Prometheus was the first, right? You thought he was the dude. No, it was the vulture that was eating out his liver. Right? And tonight, what are we going to do? We're going to go in, we're going to dive right into the unadulterated origin of Judaism. And we're going to get there through her, Prométhike. Do you love that? Do you love that? Go ahead, take it down. Let me explain it a little bit. Chewy, you can put up a few. You put up one more, and then you can put up a few pictures as I explain it to the people. Just what is exactly going on. We are looking in the earliest Jewish cult. We are looking for Hesotera. Okay, we're looking for the Savior. And this Savior is female. Fantastic. That's all we've got from the evidence, people. Do you understand? We're looking for Promethea. And here she is, the Savior. Wait, what are you talking about? Jewish cult? How can you be? Are you sure? Did you get off the wrong highway or something? Because this is not how Jewish cult has ever been presented to me. I'm going to shatter all of your expectations tonight. Okay? All right? I just want to bring you along. Now, we're talking about two things. We're talking about Judaism and we're talking about Hebrew. One is a language, right? One is a religious practice. And in antiquity, we know there are traditions that once incorporated Hebrew on the medical side, on the drug side, not just the medical side, but on all the use of drugs. We know because there are formulae that we will be told the Hebrew people, these people, prefer this formula, or they have this name for it, right? Just like they give us, we have in the medical sources and pharmacological sources, we have, the Magi. What do the Magi call this thing, right? Oh, they call it star. They don't call it cannabis. They call it star. Fantastic. Isn't that nice? That's a gorgeous one. Anyway, look at the different street names, the drugs and stuff like that, and which people are using it. You can refer to the Hebrew people and you can refer to Judaism. Judaism is from Judea. It is a group practicing a monist religion within a larger culture. They are a minority. And what they are called are Judean, from a late Roman provincial name. Do you understand me? Fantastic. We're going back. Okay, now those are two different things, right? There's an ethnic group that has come from Crete into Palestine, and those people, right? Okay, that is the Hebrew connection. The Judaic or Judaism doesn't evolve until we've got the source that we've got tonight. Oh, God. This thing, the source that I bring you tonight, is the absolute epicenter. Yeah. People, I'm telling you, this stuff is so explosive. This document. And what is this document that I'm going to show you tonight? Are you surprised that it's Greek? No, of course you're not. Right? What is it called? Well, the title that it was given long after it was written is the Sophia of Solomon. Now, none of those titles exist, right? And what is this thing? Everybody looks at each other. All the monists look at each other. The Catholics square up on this side of the room. And they're like, nope, that's canonical. bitches. And then the Protestants are on this side and they're like, listen, you collar wearing. And they go on like that. And there's arguments. The Protestants will never accept it. The Sophia, isn't that funny? The Protestants don't want not just the Protestants, the evangelicals, the ones that Thomas Jefferson said would eventually bring down the democracy in favor for the king. Oh, God. Why do you think he said that about the Christians of his age? Thanks, Tom. Get out of here. Let's go. We have to find her tonight, people. This is absolutely stunning. Who are we looking for? Hit them. Hit them with the Sophia, people. Are you ready? This is going to reset your history. Be ready to reset your history, people. Because we're about to see Sophia and Yaho come to their final moment of duality in the form of Judaism, the mystery religion that developed in Judea. Right? Fantastic. With Israel. Do you understand? Oh, it's people, it's language. It's all in the language. You don't need any ideas. How many ideas have I tried to give to you people? I got no ideas. Just look at the evidence, boneheads. Sophia, what is this cleverness or skill in handicraft and art? As in carpentry. Right? That's nice. Look what he talks about this, the telekinesis. He jumps from carpentry to magic workers. Do you understand? You got no Sophia. You don't understand how the universe works, bro. Don't you understand? For every magus that is out there, they are only out there because they have the craft. They possess that channel. They know what the invisible holds. And they're able to use it, people. It's one of the things they said about the first Christ. It's one of the things they said about the first Christ, right? She is able to manipulate even the divine, to force the divine. Look at Sophia, people. Skill in matters of common life, sound judgments, intended learning, wisdom. Okay. Medicine, surgery, divination. I wanted you to see that. All right. Now, go ahead. Now you can take it down. Medicine, Sophia. Divination, Sophia. Artistry, Sophia. Okay. This Sophia is a mark of sexy, sexy Mother Greek. Do you understand me? Listen, you'll know her. You'll know her. Oh, God. Is Sophia a Hebrew concept? No, not at all. Not at all. Remember, by the first century, when Philo, into the first BC, first Anno Domini, that little time span, dudes like Philo Judaeus. Who is Philo Judaeus? He's a Judean who is following the Septuagint. For 300 years, Greek has destroyed Hebrew. Has not been a lick of Hebrew for 300 years. When Jesus comes on the scene, there is no Hebrew. It's been centuries. What does Jesus do when he goes to Egypt? Check out his vocabulary. Check out his vocabulary. Watch. That's why they thought he was so smart when they got there. Right? It's why they thought he was so smart. Right? And don't tell him I'm the Christ, he said. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Right? Because everybody knows what the Christ does. Dude runs around with an erection 4 a.m. in the garden, public garden, like Jesus when he was arrested at 4 a.m. with a naked kid. It's the good old days. Look, right? Only you faithful congregation, only you will appreciate that. That's for you, baby. A little something sentimental. You know what I mean? Nostalgia is a good thing. Where did that idiot go? Oh, God, I have a guest in my house. I forgot to tell you. I have a guest in my house. What did he... Bill, come here, Bill. This is Bill Burrows. Oh, I love it. It readjusts my ears. Give me the other one. I can't even say what comes out of his mouth. Oh, God, line up the catamites. Line them up, ladies. Chase away. No. Dirty. 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 Give me please, hurry. Give me the first. People, I want to take you to the book of Sophia. The book of Sophia, which is the bridge that shows us the cult of Judaism. None of the Hebrew people, right? But Judaism. Fantastic. 1st century BC, people. That's where we have zeroed in. Now, watch this. We're going to wade through, Satanic congregation, watch this. We're going to wade through some common Encyclopedia Britannica, Wikipedia, general sorcery, fantastic composition. There is a general consensus among scholars. Oh, I'm glad they agree. At least generally they agree, which means you know what's following is bullshit, because there's not two mathematicians who would sit there and go, you know what, I don't know, I kind of feel 50% confident. With only a few dissenting voices, we might add, that the wisdom of Solomon was written in Greek. Look at the very first thing, the very first debate. Is it written in Greek? Now, why would there even be a debate? Because this is part of the text, like Psalms and Proverbs, these wisdom texts. It's one of them, the wisdom of Solomon. And it shouldn't be written in Greek if you believe the fairy tale that started in the 1st century BC. Oh, wait. Alexandria, Egypt. Oh, God. Oh, to the early 1st AD, Alexandria is where Greek Bible, where the Greek Bible was translated and put together according to tradition. Wait a minute, what? Do you see where we are? We're in theology world, kiddies. We're in the back alley, and don't worry, I've got you all shielded, right? I'm fending off the freaks. You know what I mean? Get out of here. Stay away from my disciples, you freaks. In Alexandria, turn of the era. Alexandria is where the Greek Bible is translated. What is known of the Jewish community there accords with what can be deduced. Wait a minute. What kind of stupid game are we playing? What is afforded by what can be deduced, by what can be theorized? People, do you feel it when the hello? Are we? Okay. Are we back? Chewy. Are we back? Hello, people. If we are back, please tell me. I got a little excited there and the ship lost its, whatever. And here we are back again. Are we back? Yeah, back. Thanks, Joseph. Thank you very much, Heather. Back. Yes, okay. Heather, can you hear me, Heather? Solomon was high. Oh, God. This thing has nothing to do with Solomon, right? That's the funny thing about it. It has nothing to do with Solomon whatsoever, right? This is about Sophia and Yaho and the polytheistic origin of Judaism. Judaism is born, the religion is born when Sophia is consumed by Yaho. Oh, God. Oh, God. You mean it's a first century BC, first century AD creation? Yes. Yes, it is. You mean it doesn't go back to the 13th century? No! The language shows us that. It's gorgeous, people. I'm sorry, but I'm so excited to have everything perfect in one book. Oh, God. Muse, you have outdone yourself. You have outdone yourself. Whew. I'm getting all excited. Give me the next one. We better turn it down. Boom. People are going to get too excited tonight. Oh, people. Look at this. Most scholars feel that wisdom predates Philo. That's Philo Judaeus, who writes in what language? In Greek. There is no, now this is the point where this is the epicenter when the scholar from Haifa University, from Haifa, comes down. I forget what his name is. People in the chat, shout it out. Doctor, what's his name? When he comes out and has to say in the popular space, has to say, oh, well, there's this thing called Jewish Hebrew. No, Hebrew Jewish. No, Jewish Greek. No, Hebrew Greek. No, Jewish Greek. Right? That doesn't exist, people. He just made that up. You know that because the scholar has to adjust like that, you have hit the epicenter. This is the origin of Judaism. Right? It's the origin of Judaism. Right? The religion, not the people. Not the people. You got to go back to Crete and say, how'd they get here then? Right? It's just like everybody else, because what is everybody else doing? Migrating. They're migrating. Giant migrations. My God. It's very disruptive to civilization. It is. And the Cretans are like, get out of here. Get out of here, right? Just like because they're autochthonous. Right? The borders, right? They have questions about borders. Are you surprised? Oh my God. It's not fairy tale world, Almond? No. Jimmy, it's not fairy tale world. No, go to bed. Winston dates it precisely to the reign of Caligula. Wait a minute. I thought we're somewhere between 50 BC, 50 AD. How'd this guy decide it was Caligula? Look, he just pulled that out of his crack, bro. He better have internal evidence. Right? When the Alexandrian Jewish community, oh no, he doesn't, underwent a particularly severe crisis, which feels, you know what, Winston? Devil doesn't give a shite what you feel. He doesn't. When the Alexandrian Jewish community underwent a particularly severe crisis, he feels is reflected in the harsh anti-Gentile tone of the book. Letcher is not convinced, or Larcher and Winston. Take it out back. Last one standing wins. The good old days of the gymnasium. Give me the next one. Do you see the wisdom of Solomon? They're just trying to figure out if it's originally Greek. It is originally Greek for the same reason I've told you the Septuagint is originally Greek. It's hilarious. You can put these things side by side with all sections of the Septuagint, from Job to the friggin' Psalms. You can put it with Proverbs. You can put these things, you put these things of minor prophets right next to each other. You can follow the vocabulary they use in common. Right? You see the styles. Guess what? And they're quoting each other. That is how you work with text. Not this. Look, people, Philo says nothing of his own Jewish education in his Greek that he's writing, which is great classical Greek. The only mention of Jewish education in his work indicates how relatively weak it must have been, because he speaks only of Jewish schools that met on the Sabbath for lectures on ethics. And guess what language they debated ethics in? Greek. Give me the next. Did you put somebody? Look, there we are. Hey, kiddos, aren't you glad you're part of the Alexandrian school system? You little cootie carrying sons of. You know what this guy is starting to bother me. I don't know how long I can carry this guy around. People, I have something new for you to do, right? Try the naked lunch. Try the naked lunch piped into your brain. Don't just sit there and look at it. Have it piped into your brain all the time on a really loud speaker. Use your headphones really loud all the time. Do it for a week. Absorb the soul. Absorb the soul. Oh, God. I love it. I have some quotes to you from the Naked Lunch, but I can't quote them on YouTube. I can't quote them on YouTube. I get to quote them in New York, people. I'm going to New York. As soon as Jesus gets his ass up, I'm going to New York, and I'm going to give him these quotes. Just a couple, because they already know about them. They're not impressed by that. But what we have to have is the possession. Do you understand? It's possession. Love it. Fantastic. Give me the next one. Let's keep going. These sources are so hot tonight, people. Nobody does these. Let's see what else the modern people think. The Alexandrian Jews were eager to enroll their children of secondary school age in Greek gymnasiums. That should be gymnasia, thanks. Institutions with religious associations dedicated to the what? To the liberal arts. To what? The liberal arts. Athletics. In them, Jews were certainly called upon to make compromises. Oh, you know what? You can stick it. To make compromises, they were getting an education they could get nowhere else in their own native language, Greek. These are Greek-speaking people. Oh, God. It may be assumed that Philo was a product of such an education. He mentions a wide range of Greek writers. Aha, there, finally. Look, a little good scholarship. Some Greek writers, some direct quotes, especially epic and dramatic poets. Right? Which would what? What would that say? He's got a Greek education. Where do you think all the Romans sent their spoiled, rich, bastard children to be educated? They sent them to Athens. Oh, God. People, it's not because you couldn't have a University of Rome that was better. Do you understand? It's because the language. Oh, God, this sexy language. Oh, is that what we're looking at? No. Did we have wrestlers? There was. Okay. Did you guys see the gymnasium? Oh, I love it. That's where you send them, baby. Right? Where do you think you're going to educate these people? Right? You're going to educate them in what language? People, let me pop something. Let me pop something that's throbbing. Do you understand? Right on your forehead, there's something throbbing, a giant historical pimple. And I'm going to pop it. I'm going to pop it right now. When Jesus is walking around, nobody's speaking Hebrew. They haven't spoken Hebrew for hundreds of years. And nobody is speaking Aramaic. Okay? In the dialects that survive out in the hinterland, right? You may find such things, but in the schools of Alexandria, do you know what unifies us all? The fact that Mother Greek is so sexy, right? The fact that Mother Greek, you know what you can do? Oh, God, right? It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, let me pop it. That wasn't the Lansing. Here it is. That was a distraction. The letter to the Hebrews, all you biblical scholars. Let me ask you one question. What language is it written in? It's written in Greek. If it's a letter from an Hebrew, Paul, to other Hebrews, the Hebrews, why the hell is it not in Hebrew? Because nothing is in Hebrew. It hasn't been for hundreds of years, right? Your kid goes to school and your kid learns Greek grammar. Your kid learns Greek mathematics. Your kid learns Greek philosophy. And you go out with your Greek-speaking mouth, right? And you live your way. Now there's this small group. There's a small group of religious extremists who follow a monism. Those people take control of the text. I'm talking both about the Judeans and the Christians, or as they were called, the Galileans. Do you understand? Okay, fantastic. Whew. I hope you got that, people. I hope you got that, right? Right? It's amazing, right? It's a facade. Once you explode the base of that bridge, the whole thing comes down, right? It's really a house of cards. And people say, oh, God, why is it? Why is it? It's because people, Julian told us, he said, look, if the monists take over your education, they will warp even your history. You won't know where you've been. You won't know where you've come from. Right? How do you control people when you control their access to their history? To their history. Oh, God. Oh, God. Dead ancestors, don't you love it? Bring up the dead ancestors. By the way, did anybody hear that guy? What's his name? Oh, hit me. Come on, remember it. Oh, it's, oh, what's the, Vance, fighting in Ukraine, telling the other Vance here, you're a moron and you have no honor. Oh, God. During these times, history brings forward those who have the greatest beauty and honor. Oh, I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Right? Long live Ukraine. That's what I say. Give me the next one. Boom. Now, I could have tied you down to the hood of my car and filled you up with something from a big leather bag that I had in the back, and I could have driven you out into the desert. I could have brought you the biggest thrill of your life. Do you understand? God. Themes, people. Now, as soon as you get into themes, you know. Okay, it smells like urine in the back alley, right? Themes. As soon as you hear themes, oh God, the book opens. Look, we haven't even looked at the book. We're just looking at what people have said about it. The book opens with the opposed pair is righteous. Oh God, death and immortality. Those who do not follow righteousness fall into senseless reasoning. I don't think this person read the original. I read something like this and I'm like, this person hasn't read Homer. You know what I mean? And I don't mean Homer. I mean, if this were about Homer, I'd be like, this person hasn't actually read Homer. And it's funny as a classicist, once you have actually read Homer, you get a completely different, native feel for the myth that you already know. You already know the stories, but you get a totally different feel. Anywho, that's what you want. You don't want themes. Give me the next one. One more, people. I just wanted you to see the struggle that people have with it. Yeah. Why? Why? The internet. Thank you for coming to see the influence. Let's grab Herman. Come here, Herman. Herman Melville marked his copy of the Wisdom of Solomon heavily. Without knowledge of biblical criticism, he managed, this person, shame on you. Without biblical criticism, you know what I'll do? I'll take your biblical criticism and I will take it away from you and stick it somewhere. Do you understand me? Pull it. Pull the trigger until it goes click. Oh, he managed to note the interplay of Hellenistic Platonism. Oh, good for you, Herman. I don't think Herman was actively in the Greek. I think by the time he was getting his education, I think he was probably more into the classics, believe me, but not to the level of a classical philologist. Right. Hello, Herman. How you doing? What does he say? He managed to note the interplay of Plato, right? Jewish philosophy. Okay. All right. Plato. Wait, Platonism in a Jewish document, in a Judean document, in a sect document. Right? And then he worked it into Moby Dick. Good for you, Herman, you Melville. What is the next one? Oh, God, that was the influence. Now, this should be the last one. Can somebody give me a nice definition of what the hell is going on? There it is. No, it's still out there. Oh, people, you just have to sit with me longer. I'm sorry. I'm just so excited. I don't mean to rush. Okay, listen. If this is going to be right, nature doesn't rush, man. Nature does what she does. You know what I mean? Please, can somebody give me an explanation? What is the Book of Wisdom? The Book of Wisdom, or the Sophia of Solomon, was written about 50 years before the coming of Christ. Oh, this person puts it back like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's authored. Just notice how definitive it is, right? What would a classicist do? A classicist would give you a century, right? They would say, probably here, unless you've got internal evidence, it's the so-and-so Olympiad this thing was written in, right? For the celebration of this game, right? And so you know exactly what year it was. But if you're not sure, in classics, when you're dealing with a text, you should be able to, cut it down to a century, two, certainly. 50 years before the coming of Christ, its author, whose name is not known to us, was probably a member of the Jewish community at Alexandria in Egypt. He wrote in Greek. Of course he wrote in Greek. Nobody else is writing in anything else. Do you think they're writing in Egyptian? Remember, gymnasium, man. Send your kid there. Your Greek-speaking kid. You're not going to, what are you going to, here, Tommy, here's some hieroglyphs that will explain your history. No, thanks. They had the demonic. Oh, come on, people. Come on. A language that only got 9 million expressions out, total. That's not very much, people. You're not burning a lot. You know what I mean? He wrote in Greek, no surprise, in a style pattern on that of Hebrew verse. Really? Would you like to show me some of that? Nope. Because what do they use? They use the Septuagint, and that's not the Psalms of Hebrew. It's the Psalms of Greek. Psalm is a Greek word. Where do you think they're teaching them music? Did you see what they're teaching in the synagogues? They're teaching on the weekend. They're teaching ethics in Greek. They're not teaching you the different areas of mathematics, physics, freaking wrestling. Your kid's going to come back beefed up too. Beefed up because for a third of his time, he's wrestling other people and doing the pancration. You know what that is, right? First one to knock the sense out of the other one wins. Or strangle. You can strangle too. Give me the next one. Oh, God. Now, people, let's look. Where's the crown? Okay, now what am I doing? I'm planting the dynamite on the bridge that is the lie. Right? This is the reality of where Judaism comes from. This is the reality coming to us right from the text, people. I haven't given you any ideas. It's coming from text, right out of the words. And everybody can check me on this. Look up the words. Translate them. Love it. Oh, God. The devil told me, he said, you know, these weapons you're asking to possess, these are the big ones. I was like, you know it, baby. The primary purpose of the author was the edification of his co-religionists in a time when they had experienced suffering and oppression. Is that history? Nope. That's an analysis. Right? That's an analysis. It's a judgment. It's your opinion on why I've always wanted to know your opinion on why it is that Caligula would fist people. I really want to know. When you publicly fist someone, right? They're on all fours on a table, and you are fisting them in front of their wives and the senators and everybody there from the government. This is an official government fisting. Do you understand? Why are they doing this kind of thing? Right? Well, I have lots of ideas. I think maybe the dude that was doing this, he had a fever, and they say he was great up until his prolonged fever. And when he came out of his fever, he was like, huh? And doing weird stuff. So that could be it. Maybe just, he screwed his brain. He literally fried his brain. Right? Okay. Keep going. Keep going, people. You have to wade through. You have to wade through the BS. Right? These are just ideas. These are just opinions that people have. Have you noticed how much of this possibly, this may indicate, right? Well, none of that is actual evidence. None of that stands up in court. How about this guy? How about this? Let's see if he works. The Book of Wisdom, or the Wisdom of Solomon, is a book written in Greek. Oh, God. And most likely composed in Alexandria, Egypt. It is not part of the Hebrew Bible. Thank you. Thank you, but I thought you said it was. Isn't this a Jewish book? It is. But remember, the Jewish canon excluded works, right? Just like the Orthodox canon, Catholic, right? The evangelical, what they've got now, that Saint, what's his name? What's that knucklehead's name? People in Satanic congregation. Who's the idiot knucklehead from England? What's his name who translated James? James, that's who it is. The Book of Wisdom and the Wisdom of Solomon is a book written in Greek and most likely composed in Alexandria, Egypt. It is not part of the Hebrew Bible, but it's included in the Septuagint, generally dated to the mid-1st century or the reign of Caligula, right? Oh, that fever. It just, you know, what happens, people. Some people, I don't know, maybe he just saw, hey, I'm only getting one chance. I'm only getting one chance. I'm going to start fisting senators. Can you believe that? How close are we to fisting senators when the tyrant brings you that? Yeah. Are we getting close? Are we getting close, people? Is this time historically? Right? Now, if you understand why they hold up the fist, the carcass is full of maggots. They hold up the fist when the carcass gets full of maggots. Oh, God. Give it to me. There's so many words that start with the letter C and F that I want to throw at you because I've been listening to this idiot. Go. It's really boggling my brain. Back to that one. Oh, love the background. Look at this samurai devil, people. Look at this samurai devil. Yeah. Is it blocked? What a shame. I'm glad we can see your work, sweetie. That's fantastic. Nice job. Look at that. God from all eternity. Oh, God. Did you see how God just came in the room? No wonder he scares people like Mary. She was like, shit. It's like, Mary, shit. Who is it? Right? It's me. God. That doesn't help. It is one of the seven sapiential. Right? Oh, God, from sapiens, wisdom, right? And Latin, wisdom books, the Septuagint. The others being Psalms, Proverbs. By the way, look at the word psalm that somebody has misspelled here by putting a P on the front of it. Isn't it S-A-L-M-S? No, it's Greek. The first letter is a C. Fantastic. Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Songs, Job, Sirach, as it's pronounced in the Greek, as they were all pronouncing it and had been pronouncing it for a long, long time. In the quotes, it's there. It is one of the deuterocanonical books. It is included in the canons of the Catholic Church and the Eastern Orthodox, but most Protestants consider it part of the Apocrypha, right? Let me show you, people. Let's jump in. Let me just show you why. You know what I'm bringing you? Here it is. The moment the Jewish cult, the Judaic cult, which was part of the Hebrew people, this Judaic cult, when it first began to assimilate the history, it did so when it absorbed the cult of Sophia, the cult of the Korwa. Oh, you mean Judaism comes from Greek worship? Yep, it's Bacchic, Ewa. Do you understand? Oh, we love it. You didn't know this is people. This is all verifiable, right? As soon as the morons in classics will say, oh, you know what? He's just talking text here. And look, he's actually just quoting text. And that's what the texts say, right? People say, Messias. Why is this the Messiah? No. Christos and Messias are two different words. They're two different words. Who do you write the letter to the Hebrews? What language? Oh, God. People, do you see? This is me slapping you in the face. Slapping it back and forth against your face. Wake up. Can anybody feel that? Can anybody feel me slapping you? Intellectually, of course, you perverts. Don't be perverted about this, right? Come on, man. Gain your composure, people. Thanks to Chewy and Almond. Hey, Lady Babylon. That's right. Give it. Okay. Wait, what? What does that even mean? All right, wait a minute. Can somebody please? Who is this? Yeah, Martins. What does that mean? Exactly. Are you referring to the eunuchs? Because we're going to talk eunuchs. Are you referring to the eunuchs? Oh, perhaps you saw the future. Give it to me, the next one. We have to bring these. I think they meant like the dodgeballs, right? They take them away from the kids when they're done with their lunchtime. Give it to me, devil. Oh, makes me so randy with anticipation. I love it. Look at my purple background tonight. You know what it is? It's the shirt. It's the shirt. No, people, I seriously have the most accurate arrow, right? Where our explosive has got to be completely on. And this is completely on. You're going to love it. For those of you who will sit here with me, one last thing. Let's let somebody screw our minds up with the introduction. One more pervert from the back alley. The Wisdom of Solomon is a book about wisdom. Oh, God. God, you're so smart. You're so smart, Gilgamesh. You're so smart. Its benefits, nature, and role in ancient Israel's history. Now, look, do you see there's nothing there that's actually from fact? There's nothing there that's actually from text. Nothing. Evidence. Nothing. This is an imaginary world you believe in. An imaginary world. The use of the Greek language, the influence of Greek philosophy and rhetoric. Very good. But the Jewish audience, they are a part of it, people. You are what you speak. You are what you speak. And they were speaking Greek. Give me the next one. A Greek-speaking Jew, it says. Do you hear the historical division? A Greek-speaking Judean, part of a sect that is a monist sect. You know who the people worship, the Hebrews worship before they worship Yaho? They worship Sophia. Sophia. Back in the sexy ages. Love it. Love it. You should go back then. Meet your great-great-great-grandmother. She was sexy, baby. Sexy. Right then the monists came. Shut everything down. Change the history. Burn the libraries. They actually burned the libraries. Right? Which, if you think about it, why cut an entire department of education? Isn't that not burning your libraries down? Oh, God, you know what they're going to give them in Oklahoma? They're going to give them Trump Bibles. Do you know what they do with Trump Bibles in hell? They become your suppositories. They become your suppositories, but only for evangelicals, only for maggots. Do you understand me? Only for those of you who brought red, orange Hitler to the world. God, instead of an oracle, you wanted Hitler. You actually wanted Hitler. Your madness, people. Your madness. It's absolutely palpable. It's absolutely glorious. Oh, yeah. Right? He says, don't say that. People, tyranny, 101, classics. Right? What do you think the word tyrant comes from? You think it's Italian? No. You think it's, is it? I know. Is it Aramaic? No. It's not. Nobody was speaking these languages. It's hilarious. People, your history has been so messed up. Oh my God. The author knows Greek rhetoric and Greek philosophy. Does this surprise you? Why? Because that is education, people. The whole thing is in Greek. The Septuagint is the original. It was only a sect of extremists who said, hey, let's take this Greek that's 100 years old by the time they come, maybe 200, and let's put it into a Hebrew. Let's translate it into Hebrew. And the funny thing was they only have 7,000 words to work with. And they knew it at the time. Africanus and Origin. They're arguing about this. Right? They go to the rabbis they're the ones who have access to that language. They go to them and they say, They don't even know the names of basic plants. That's how bad. And you think that somehow was the original of this Greek that is gorgeously complex in a way that makes you want to send your kid in the first century to the Alexandrian school. That's your only option, people. The gymnasium. What do you think a good parent does for their kid? They send them to a good school. They send them to a good school. You can judge these people as being good parents. Why? Right? They can get a little bit of the stuff on the weekend, right? From the sect. We're not going to get rid of the sect. We're going to keep the sect within our society, but we're all going to the gymnasium. Philo Judaism writes beautiful Greek, people. Why? Why does he write better Greek than, well, certainly it's better than I could. Why? Because he was born into it. Do you understand? He was educated within it. Right? Fantastic. Fantastic. And who is the queen? Who is the queen? Promethea. Do you understand me? Now, what we have to do if we're the sect, Judaism, we have to cut away Sophia. But you don't want to give her up because she's the substrata of everything. She's that quantum fabric, whatever it is. Can't have anything without her. So, Yaho must assimilate. And that's what this entire book is about. And it is an examination of the mysteries. And that's why people didn't want this book circulating, because it reveals what they're doing, people. Oh, do you want to see the dirty? Let's just quick religious look. Let's take a look at the dirty cult. Give it to me. Give it to me. Boom, people. You're never going to see this. You know who Sophia is? Who is Sophia? Sophia, sexy wisdom. Right? You didn't know that it says this. I'm quoting from the book. This is all from Sophia of Solomon. She is the mustis. She is the initiator. She is the initiator. You mean it says that in a Bible book that I thought was Hebrew, but it turns out it's Greek, just like the rest of the Septuagint? Yeah, exactly. All right, you're resetting your history. Give me the next one. We're just it's a definition. We're just using, right, our reason, people. This has nothing to do with doctrine. I don't want to buy you buying anything from me, right? What is that mustis, right? The initiate, right? Or initiator. And why would those be the same thing? You see, I met her. And she had already been initiated. She was capable of bringing me. Isn't that gorgeous? Why do you think you need that nymph? Why do you think you need that nymph? Oh, I told you, right? You're watching Hebrew religion now. Not Judaism, the monist sect, but Hebrew religion. And it's sexy. It's sexy, ladies. It's sexy, right? From Crete. Oh, you knew it was going to be sexy if these people had spent time in Crete. You knew it was going to be, right? But we can't give the Cretans all the respect because they lied, or one of them did, about Medea. And that's how we all know that all Cretans are liars. That's the quote from the Greek. Do you understand me? Who said that? Well, if you track it back, it goes through Epimenides to Medea. And it was because of the contest, right? One of the Cretans was picked for it and he lied. Despota Philopsyche. Who is this? This is Yaho before he was Yaho. Are you ready, people? This is gorgeous, isn't it? Is anybody going to find this? They will now. But did they find this before? No. Would they find this? No. Right? We owe this, baby. Right? We owe it to the muse. Despota philopsyche. What is the leader, the despot, who is the lover of the soul? He is pre-Yahu. He is what Yahu became when he assimilated Sophia. Before that, he was a duality. He was the lover of the soul. Do you know who this is? Who is the lover of the soul? He is Eros. He is Eros, and his bride is the soul psyche. Do you see what's behind? The language itself is preserving here for us from the Bible. This is the wisdom of Solomon, people. Right? Do you understand who the lover of the soul is? By the way, the devil has the very same wings. Oh, God, give it to me. Did you think? Who did you think? He was the handsomest one. Who did you think? Who did you think he was going to be? Right? If you live this life with such mojo, you must come ultimately to be a worshiper of Aphrodite. You have to be. Once you see the beauty over, oh God, through my life, I can't tell you how many bits and parts and pieces of Aphrodite I've put together through just observing different women, just observing them, whether it's a physical impression, whether it's a vocal impression, whether it's a mental impression, solving some kind of problem in a very virgin-esque Athena sort of way. There's so many sort of reflections. Oh, God. Why did Yahu become Yahu? Because he assimilated Sophia. It's what this thing tells you. And it tells you that it's all a mystery. Did you think that early Judaism was not a mystery? Did you think it wasn't? Because it says it in their Bible. Do you understand? Oh my God. People, look at verse 4. I just want you to see, look at the end of the second line. Look at the end of the second line. Pharmakeon. Erga pharmakeon. The works of drugs. Kai, on the next line, kai teletas anosius. And those unholy rites. Do you know what Yahu does when he absorbs Sophia? He ends the works of pharmacy and the rites that are unholy. Now, that's always going to be translated to some kind of witchcraft or sorcery or some stupidity like that. Make no mistake. The rites and the use of drugs are directly paired here. For every classicist out there who's never seen this text, because you don't read Solomon, right? You don't read the biblical text. You don't care about that, even though it's in Greek. You don't care, right? And you don't want to stir up problems, because your boss is going to be pissed if you bring up even 5 seconds of anything anytime I've aired, right? You bring me into a classics department. Show them here, people. You want to see, hey, you classicist nerds, you missed it. But do you want to see the conjunction initiating off? You want to see the conjunction of drug use and rights, right? For those of you morons who will say, oh, the drugs and the religion, oh, it was more elevated than that. Look at the bottom line. Those are the rights. Do you understand me? Drugs and the rights. Do you know why they're saying fornication is idolatry? Having sex outside of a marriage is a form of idolatry. Do you want to go worship this weekend? Oh, God. Oh, people, it's in the language. It's in the language line, right? What else is there? Wait, hold on to your stomachs, people. Splash bags out. Hold on to your dinner pans. Those of you who have weak sutures in your anal cavity, I suggest that you leave the room now. Because here we go. Did you see what happened? The guy slipped out. Seriously, I can't say anal cavity. That was Burroughs. You should stop. Stop it. Give it to me. Nice. That same one. Well, it has horrors there, people. Chewy, we gotta let them see the horrors. Don't you want to let them see the horrors? Right? Okay. It's actually on the next one. Murders of children. Murders of children, people. What are these murders of children? Use the exact same expression. You can see that they're using all over the Septuagint. And the people say, oh, it's the sacrifice to Molech. Oh, and the parting of the children. Oh, you people. You need a giant fantasy movie. You need a room full of dry ice and a giant projector with a fantasy movie on it. Everybody takes off their clothes. We all just kind of feel our way around. Oh, give me the next one. Thank you. Save your reason. Give me. Oh, God, are you sure? Here's that murder of children, people. Go ahead and give me the next one. Here's the murder of children. What the hell are they talking about? Drugs and initiation rites and the murders of children. Do you remember the burning off of the mortality? It is so horrific. People will step in while it's happening and stop it on the grounds of child cruelty. Do you understand? Sometimes they don't make it. But to burn off a child's mortality is part of the worship of Sophia. Give me the next. Gorgeous. Here we go, people. Look at this middle. What else are we doing here besides burning off our children's mortality and these rites? We're splanknophagon. We're eating those yummy chosen bitty bits that Theocritus reveals to us are sexual dessert. Here, the sexual dessert is coupled with the thoinon sargon. Kai Haimatos. Take down the initiating. It should be Haimatos. Okay. Oh, it's not even up there. Sorry. The feast, people. The feast of flesh and blood. You mean the early Hebrews, right? When Judaism is just arising, do you know what they're doing? They're having the blood and flesh feast. Does that surprise anyone? Huh? Does that surprise? Eating my flesh, drinking my blood? You guys thought Jesus was what's her name? Who's that fairy tale character that reminds me of Jesus as I jog in place? The gas they gave me was way too much. A message from the priest of Apollo. Fantastic. Pay attention, people. Pay attention to the gymnasium. Isn't it nice that we had this? What are we feasting on here? The good goodies. Theocritus told us what that was, and it was nasty. And traditionally, it's like the best part of the sacrifice. It's supposed to give you an eye to the future. And what else? Well, they've got, what are these Hebrews doing? Oh, look at the bottom line. Ek mesu mustas theasu. You mean they have a theosos? There are Hebrew theosoi? Yes. The religious architecture of the Hebrew people was this mystical rite involving the blood and the flesh within the theosos. Is the synagogue the earliest form of Judaism? No, right? The synagogue is just the structure. The theosos are the people within the structure. And who do these Hebrew people worship from Crete? They worship Ion, and they call him Ione. And that's why you see in the books that are not permitted, they address God as Ione. Ion. Do you see the cover up? We don't want Yaho, right, to have to bear the baggage of a polytheistic reality. So we just paint over. We just paint things over, and it's discoverable. Sorry, that's distracting. I should not distract myself. People, give me the next one. Too much tech. Too much tech. Oh, God, the wizards in my brain. I'm going to have the priest of Apollo here sometime, sometime when the sources, when all the 7 planets, the wanderers, when they align, right? When they align, that's when it'll be proper. Technophonus teletas. What kind of rights are we talking about? We're talking about child killing rights. Child killing rights. Do you know what you have to do to that kid? You have to kill him. You have to kill him and resurrect him. And it's hideous. Oh my God, is it hideous? Give me the next one. This stuff will make your skin crawl. If you have any maternal instinct at all, you will refuse to participate in this. Now, look at the second line, people. Or sorry, in the first line, we have those technophonus teletas, those rights that are involving the killing of the child, right? And what is after those? We also have the crufia mysteria, the hidden mysteries, right? The imanes comus, these crazy, riotous parties, right? Based on other laws, right? Do you understand? This is what the Hebrews are doing. They already have the heifer. They already know the sacred nature of the heifer because they're following Sophia and Ion. When Ion swallows Sophia, he becomes Yahu, Jehovah Hashem. Ego Amy doesn't exist. You oh God, I am that I am. Everybody's, I am the sacred I am that I am. Right? Who said it the other day? Who said I am that I am? Who said that? I thought it was Mary Purple Fingers. I don't think it was her, though. I don't think it was her. I just think I wanted to bring her up. Look, okay, give me the next one, people. What other acts are these early monist cultists talking about changing from the Hebrew practices, right? Which are all, by the way, if anybody's surprised that the Hebrew practices were cult mysteries, Hellenistic mysteries, is anybody surprised at that? They're all speaking Greek, right? They're all speaking Greek. Okay, watch this, people. Look at the miasmus, the pollution of the souls, right? Look at the ataxia gamon. You know what that is? That's when you've got things out of place with respect to your bedding, right? With your respect to your making of love. Moicheia is going on, and aselgeia. Now, we all know that Lady Babylon is full of that aselgeia, right? Do we have to mention what the moicheia is? Okay. What the moicheia is. People, it's a word that you can translate as idolatry and sex. Now, you didn't know that sex and religion went together, right? Right? You don't pray before sex. Oh, dear Holy Virgin Mary, give this guy the giant strength of 1,000 men. Oh, so stop it. Go away. Get out of my head. C words all over the place. Oh my God. N words. Inwards. Has anybody seen him? What's his name? Burroughs. Track him down. He's nuts. Give me this naked lunch, people. That's all we need. Right? 1 week. I'm telling you, you'll be a different person, I promise. No guarantees. I don't know if that's better or worse so far. I have to complete the training myself. Give it to me. Is it coming up? Okay. People are going to put up with this on Tuesday. Fantastic. Love the mat, Chewy. Look at the regal bearing of the Prince of Darkness. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? It's gorgeous. This source, Hegarton anonymon eidolon. Do you know what anonymous idols are? They're not what you're thinking with anonymous. This is not named. They're not just the things that are not named. They are the ones who shall not be named. Do you understand? Who are they? They're the ones who, by saying their names, will appear. Do you get it? Your understanding of the world is all dependent upon your use of the names. Eros, right? The Renues. Those sisters. Oh, God. Those unmentionable sisters. So what are we doing? Look, the beginning of all evil, right, is the dedication to these unmentionable images. Do you know why? Because the images are used in the rite. Right? The singer becomes that vessel that you're going to receive the divine from. Right? Now, for those of you who don't think they're not involved with serpents, here it is. Right? And for some reason, right, Yaho is, as he's becoming Yaho, incorporates the ability to cure, to use antidotes. Give me the next one. To use antidotes, almost as if there is an assimilation of the crafts that are part of the cult, right? And its history. It's absolutely gorgeous, people. You want to see early Judaism, right? Here it is. You see it coming about, right? We're separating ourselves, right? Our right is what is changing. We're turning to monism. So what happens? God here again from the Bible, right? This is the Bible. Sophia Solomon, right? The wisdom of Solomon. Look at the first line, the very last word, Iobolon. Iobolon, that's the Eos thrower. The Eos is the poison that we use in the rite. And he says the teeth of the dragons didn't affect you, right? He's talking to his sons, right? For your mercy. Oh, what your mercy talking back is what? That's what brings everybody to health. Look at the bottom line. Yasato. Sorry, wrong accent. Yasato. Right? Look at that. The Yao or the Yaomai is to effect a cure. So the Iobolon that's up there is not accidental. It's not accidental. Fantastic. That's another word, right? You could never get that word in Hebrew. It would not exist. That's why reading this, you're like, there's no way that there's a Hebrew word it's that specific and that technically refined, right? It doesn't exist, people. I'm telling you, right? Okay, good. Give me the next one. I'm glad everybody's seeing it. It's fantastic. What? Couple of more here. Really valuable references just to show you that complete swallowing of Sophia. Yahu becomes angry and says the plants and the drugs, the creams that you use, that is not going to help, right? Right? It's your Lord's logos. That is what yomenos. That is what brings that healing. That is what. Why? Look what he's doing. He's assimilating. Part of Sophia is the medical craft. She is the oracular divinity who sings by the power of Apollo. Okay. All right. Remember, did you forget we're in Bacchic mystery? Whew, people, come on, man. Right? The oracle's only Bacchic for a third of the time. The rest of the time is follows Apollo. And he's saying, look, you're not going to use your drugs. I just wanted you to see that. And he said, what did he say? You or what? Right? You have the what? You have the exousion, the authority. As Yahu is being born, he is given the authority. What kind of authority? The authority of life and death. Right? And what do? You lead to the gates of hell and back. What is this? What are you hearing here? You're hearing the Pantocrator. You're hearing the Pantocrator. First of all, notice that Hades was there. You say, wait a minute, this is a Jewish work? Yes. Right? Written in Greek, the native language of the Judean person, right, who's producing this. No problem. First century. I love it. Love it. It's absolutely, it's remarkable. What is the other thing that we have to root out when we swallow? When we swallow Sophia, it's her magi case. All right? It is her magic. It says that in the Bible? Yes. People, it's very explicit. Not only does it mention the rite that's going on, which, by the way, the very fact that any rabbi, priest, or pastor today would not understand that Judaism was a mystery religion hasn't read these texts, dude. You haven't read these texts. Of course, this stuff gets washed out. This stuff gets washed out in translation. So if your dudes are only relying upon translations or interlinear bullshit, right, that's not actual Greek training, they're screwed, man. They're absolutely screwed. If you don't come through Mother Greek, you're not going to be able to pick these things up, and hence you're going to perpetuate the bullshit lie. Yeah. Congratulations, you're free, right? This one point, this epicenter, this book of Sophia is the end of your foolish fairy tale comprehension of history. This is reality. Welcome. Welcome. Who do they worship here? Give me the next one. I think it's going to tell us, right? Who was part of the pantheon of Ion that is the Hebrew god pre Yahu? Who was part of the pantheon? Who do they talk about in the Wisdom of Solomon so much? Oh, you didn't see it? No, you didn't. I'm sorry. DK. Justice. She was there in the pantheon? Yeah, of course she was. Of course she was. These people are migrating through Crete, man. They were there probably several generations, right? Fantastic. Dokimazo. I put this up here, meaning to test, right? To test something, the purity of something, right? Well, look at what you test, people. Porfuran kai chruson. Both the purple and the gold. The purple and the gold. What is her name? Nope, it's at the top. What is her name? Who are we following here? Who is the goddess who brought us the mystery that is ultimately the Cretan mystery of the Hebrew people? Yeah, there she is, people. There she is. Okay? They call her Porphyria. Do you understand? They call her that. They call her Lady Purple. Did you know that? They call her Lady Purple. It is in the magical papyri. It is in the liturgy. It is so important. It must be in the liturgy of Mitra. She is the source of everything. Your Judaism, your Christianity. You can thank her for that. This is gorgeous history, right? What do they call her? That Lady Purple. Give me the next one that we were working on. We've got a couple more of these people. I want to hit you with just a couple of biggies. Because I know this is new, right? It's new history for you, right? It's the reality, right? And it's great that we have this, people, and that it's been given to us at this particular juncture of time. I do like that one, though. That's absolutely gorgeous. Look, she's stuck. She's stuck right there, people. I'm staring at her. While you're looking at the next source, I'm staring at her. She's staring right back at me. And the sun hits her hair. Oh, have you ever seen the sun hit hair like that? Oh, and the splinters of Aphrodite that's all there. Oh, God. Here's the text. Love. This is a command, people. A Jewish command. All right. Coming to us from where? Coming to us from before Judaism. It is a command to the Hebrew people. And it says love, justice, dikaiosune. Check out the Orphic hymns, people. You mean the Orphic hymns they would have been using on Crete? Yep. Yeah. And guess what? This is part of their pantheon. Right? Oh, God. So there's a whole commands of stuff to do there. Set your heart, in its singleness, right? Seek him in the singleness of your heart. Keep going, right? I just wanted to see Dikaiosune sitting there. Dikaiosune there, right? Couple more. We may get more pantheon. We may get some things that are shocking. There's some kidneys in here. There's some kidneys in this one. Right, people? It's not up yet on my end. It'll come up in a second. Did I need to give students I think this Friday I'm going for my students while we wait for this to come up on our end. Oh, there it is. Okay. Because where does this monist divinity meet you? Are you ready? This monist divinity is discovered by those who do not test him. He is revealed to those who are not disbelieving. If you test God, what are you doing? You're showing you don't believe. You're showing that you don't believe. Remember, what was Yahoo's popularity rating? 66.6%. Look it up. A full third of his own glorious, animated, exceptionally intelligent, beautiful beings, including the best looking one. They all said he was full of it and a tyrant. Right? Now, for God to get the worst polling in history, oh my God, I can't think of another God that only got 66.6%. Right? The Greek success rate is way higher. Right? Among those who were chosen, oh God, this is a real travesty, right? These are the official creations. And what are the official creations doing? They're saying, you are a tyrant. You are a tyrant. Give me the next one. You are a tyrant, Yahu. Right? You notice the hubbub didn't start until the tyrant assimilated Sophia. And then that beloved, beautiful union, that duality of bride and groom, that duality was crushed, placed into lock and key, only to be rediscovered and freed. by a priest of Apollo. It's the music, people. It's the music. She's called the muse for a reason. It's all physics and stuff, right? Oh, God, I think we're going to hear. This is all propaganda. Let me get to the next. Let me get right. Right? Don't be kakotechnon. Don't have a soul that is kakotechnon, that has this ill-devised technical wisdom to it. Follow the pneuma paideos. What is the Hebrew goddess telling us in verse 5? She's telling us to follow the pneuma paideos, the Spirit. And it's Hagion. It's the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit of education. The Holy Spirit of education. You mean this is written in Hellenistic Greece when paideia is a thing? People, do you know what paideia is? Right? Here she's doing it. Why would the early Hebrew culture be doing this? They're doing it because they're being raised in a system. They're Cretans to start with, right? And they're being raised within a system that's using that language, right? Oscan and Umbrian got beaten up in Italy the same way that Hebrew fell. You understand? You can fake the history by saying, oh, this thing is a translation, and nobody will believe it. Nobody will believe it because why are you saying that in the first place? Why are you saying that in the first place? Would you think it odd if somebody came to you today and said, the Constitution of the United States of America was actually originally written in Spanish? Yes, well, you'd have to have some proof. Let's go read the Constitution. How does the Constitution read? Does it read as a translation from Spanish into English? Well, we don't care if the Spanish God, Monos God, has to have it that way. We don't care. Do you understand? This is reason. And reason always triumphs. People, the devil reassured me. He said, look, you get in there and you give them these sources, and when they see, right, people, what have I brought to you? The best thing that I've brought. Let's just end with this. Let's just end. I think I'm just going to end with this because I feel like it, right? And I think I've held you people too long. I feel that some people getting ready to fart or something. They need some space, right? What have I brought you up until this point in Lady Babylon? I brought you Jesus. I brought you the Christ as a drug. I brought you a kid being with Jesus when he's arrested. And I brought you the child trafficker. I brought you all of that. And do you know what is even stronger? What is even stronger than that is the origin of the cults coming right through the language. None of what you believe is true. The reason that you can't test your God is that your God can't be tested. And you know what? You can test Eros. I appreciate the fact that you came tonight, but I really, Satanic Congregation, I really want you to consider that the information I'm conveying to you is the origin of Judaism. That Hebrew culture is a much larger thing in which Judaism was one facet, one component. That one component rewrote history, just like its twin, Christianity, rewrote classical history. Yeah. And they'll rewrite yours. And that's why everybody should go to Oklahoma with your headphones blaring, naked lunch. Please, everybody, right? Headphones blaring, naked lunch. Now, here's what I want you to do, right? I want you to take the naked lunch from the YouTube version because it's a narration. We should post that. We'll put it in the community tab, says Chewy. but it is a performance, a real oral performance, baby. It's gorgeous. The voicing is absolutely wonderful. Now, what I want you to do is you don't start at the beginning. Go to 3 hours in. Go to 3 hours in. And trust me, your mouth will drop open. At least 9 out of 10 of you, your mouth will drop open. The other person out of the 10 will laugh like inappropriately for some reason. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's a weird reaction. It's like Bacchic radiation or something. You know what I mean? That's Naked Lunch. Everybody see that? Naked Lunch by Burroughs. Yeah, I know. He wants me to call him William. I don't want to call him that. Burroughs, because he's nasty. And this thing that he created, God, the controversy about getting it published, it's own history embedded. And let me tell you something. Oh, God, just randomize it, people. You're going to find some really disturbing. Did somebody find the 3 hours in? Somebody found it. Oh my God. If you go to Burroughs, I'm going to take you the next stop back to see the Desaad. Yeah, Desaad, right? We're just a step from Desaad. And I swear that I'll bet you Burroughs had Desaad hidden under his bed or something. He probably pulled him out every once in a while and gave him a little toy or something. Right? You know, that's like, stop it. Thank you for coming tonight. I want you to appreciate the power of this text. And I just hit the tip of the iceberg on this thing, right? This is the end of our ignorance. Thank you for coming tonight. Hail Satan.
Do you like balloons? Here, have a bunch. It's Johnny, Dark Harbor Naked Lunch. Hecate of the darkest rhythm, bass, and drum. Something wicked this way comes. My fire goes right through on a broomstick or two, with a bag full of magic for you. Two, volume on loud, speakers on boom. Dressed to kill, license to ill. Satan's kiss, Medea shining, poison lips, the devil riding. Satan's kiss, Medea shining, poison lips, the devil riding.
Sophie is so sexy.